You don't lose money on health insurance when you don't get sick. You lose money when you do. Because the biggest danger in health insurance isn't the premium. It's the exclusions no one explains. And today, I'm going to show you the ones that quietly deny claims, even when people do everything right. Stay with me until the end, because the last exclusion is the one insurers rely on the most, and almost nobody knows it exists. Most people think health insurance works like this. You pay every month. You get sick. Insurance pays. That's the brochure version. The real version is closer to this. Insurance pays only if your illness fits inside a narrow legal definition, written in language designed to protect the insurer, not you. And those definitions live in the exclusions section. So let's open that box. First, pre-existing conditions. Everyone has heard of pre-existing conditions, but most people misunderstand them. It's not just what you were diagnosed with, it's anything you had symptoms of, even if you never saw a doctor. Had back pain 3 years ago? Shortness of breath once? Recurring acidity? If medical records can link today's illness to yesterday's symptom, even loosely, your claim can be denied. And here's the kicker. The burden of proof is often on you, not them. Next, the waiting period maze. Even after buying insurance, you're not fully covered. Certain conditions have waiting periods. Joint replacements, hernias, kidney stones, gynecological conditions. This means you can be insured and still uninsured. People discover this only when a hospital asks for approval and the insurer calmly says, "Covered, just not yet." Now let's talk about daycare procedure loopholes. Many policies advertise coverage for daycare procedures. Sounds great. No overnight stay needed. But here's the exclusion. Only listed daycare procedures are covered. If your procedure isn't explicitly named, even if it's medically similar, it may not qualify. Medicine evolves faster than insurance documents, and insurers know it. Now comes one of the most expensive traps: room rent limits. This one drains savings fast. Your policy might cap room rent at a certain amount or a percentage of the sum insured. Choose a higher room category and every related cost scales up. Doctor fees, nursing charges, operation theatre charges. Insurance then reimburses proportionally. The result is brutal. You think you're covered for 10 lakhs, but you get reimbursed 6 lakhs. Legally, cleanly, painfully. Then there's the consumables exclusion. This is death by 1,000 cuts. Gloves, syringes, masks, catheters, dressings. They sound small. But during hospitalization, consumables can add up to a shocking amount, and many policies exclude them completely. Hospitals bill them separately. Insurers decline them automatically. This is one of the most common sources of post-discharge shock. Now let's talk about mental health and behavioral conditions. On paper, mental health is covered. In practice, coverage is narrow. Certain therapies, certain durations, certain diagnoses only. Anything deemed behavioral, stress-related, or self-inflicted can quietly fall outside coverage, and the definitions are intentionally vague. Next, alternative treatments. Ayurveda, homeopathy, naturopathy. Some policies say they cover alternative treatments, but only if they are done at approved centers, by recognized practitioners, and within specific limits. Miss one checkbox and the claim is denied. This exclusion hides behind optimism. Now let's look at maternity and newborn exclusions. Maternity coverage often has long waiting periods, sublimits on delivery types, and exclusions for complications. Newborns may not be covered automatically. Vaccinations may not be included. NICU costs may have caps. Parents assume protection. Policies assume precision. Now we arrive at the most dangerous phrase in insurance. Medically necessary. This phrase decides everything. If the insurer believes a procedure wasn't medically necessary, even if a doctor recommended it, they can deny the claim. This gives insurers discretion, and discretion is power. Two doctors can disagree. One sentence in a discharge summary can change everything. And finally, the exclusion insurers rely on the most: non-disclosure. If they believe you failed to disclose any relevant detail, intentionally or not, they can reject the entire claim, even years later, even after paying premiums faithfully. This is why proposal forms matter more than people realize. Now here's how you protect yourself without becoming an expert. You don't need to memorize policy documents, but you must read exclusions before benefits. Ask for written clarification. Choose policies with fewer sublimits. And disclose everything, even if it feels irrelevant. Health insurance isn't about optimism. It's about precision. Because when you're sick, clarity is the only real coverage. If this helped you, share it with someone who thinks they're insured. Because most people find out too late.